Hey, what's up, everybody?
How's everybody doing?
Check.
All right, I think it's working. Hey, so my name is Zach. We are Ship It Studios, and we're here to put on a live iteration of our movie drafts podcast for you, where we'll take any random topic and do a fantasy football style draft, as you can see by our beautiful draft board up on the screen here. And we'll draft out teams. We're all battling up against each other up here on the podcast. It gets a lot of fun. So we'll take something like you draft your ideal heist team from movie characters, TV characters, like Ocean's 11 style, or it could be drafting a football team from football players from fictional football players, movies, TV shows. But today, the one we're doing here for this movie draft is a Streaming Wars movie draft, and we're each going to draft our own streaming service. So taking our own movie, TV show, an actor to be exclusive. And it just feels really appropriate with the Streaming Wars very much in the news, especially lately, HBO, all that jazz. So I'll do a quick introduction for us here, and we'll get right into it. So, like I said, we are Ship It Studios. We're a content company dedicated to TV and film, and we try to take a unique approaches like this movie draft to content that goes beyond your standard film review. So we've got our main lineup of shows that we do. The movie drafts is one of them. We've also got who would win, taking fictional characters, pitting them against each other in a matchup. Movie wars, pitting two similar movies against each other, see who comes out on top. Introduce some of the guys next to me here. Joey next to me here is from the So Wizard podcast. Joey, you want to get into a little bit about that?
What's going on, everybody? How are all the beautiful people out here doing today? Give it up. All right. Try to not look at the screens. The camera adds 10 pounds, and I already need to lose 50, so keep your eyes over here. So my name's Joey. I'm the host of the So Wizard podcast. We are a movie review podcast. We saw a niche in the podcast market that wasn't being filled. Some nerdy friends get together and review movies. No one was doing it, so we had to jump in and take care of it. But we got you guys every week, SoWizardPodcast.com. Come check us out. I'm not going to take up any more of your time. Let's get drafting.
All right, thanks for being here, Joey. Next to Joey is Wayne from Recasted. So tell us about that, Wayne.
The Recasted podcast is basically we take movies that are at least 20 years old and we give them modern day casts with actors and actresses and a new director. That's a new iteration. So we can change the whole idea of the film. Most recently, we recasted Philadelphia. I thought of taking a director and making it a musical. I didn't, but it was an idea. So that's what we do. If you listen to the show, you can see some of our cast. We put them out there on social media, and you can vote on whether my cast or Jesse's cast is better. It's always mine, but if you want to make Jesse feel better, go for it.
All right. Thanks, Wayne. Thanks for being here. And next to Wayne is a man that we know just as Train. And Train is actually going to be, he leads our Dr. Film series of podcasts. And we actually have at 2 o'clock, we're going to be up here again doing another live show of the Dr. Film. So Train, give us a quick pitch and teaser for Dr. Film.
All right, so everybody here is in one way or another always sat with their friend and be like, oh, if I were in charge of the studio, I would do this, this, and this, and I would fix it. Everyone's done that. So Dr. Film takes that concept and then builds on that, and then it ultimately comes down to fandom's decision. We'll put it up a poll, whether on Reddit or some outside factor, and we'll have them vote on who they thought had the best pitch, and then they'll move forward from that to the next round. So we have a panel for that coming on at 2 o'clock. If you guys want to see it live, and you've been following the news this week, you can probably guess which studio we're going to go after.
All right. Thanks for that little teaser, Train. So yeah, Ship It Studios. You can check us out for all those other shows and content, shipitstudios.com. But let's get into this draft and tell you a little bit more about how we're doing this. So you see the categories listed there at the bottom. Those are all the categories that we each have to field with our team. So we're each going to pick a major film franchise. So you get all of the prior films that have been released for it. You get that intellectual property to release new films coming out moving forward, whether you want to put them on your streaming service or whatever. TV show, same kind of thing. You get prior seasons that have come out. Any other spin-offs or new seasons that want to come out, that's going to be on your streaming service. We'll each pick an actor to get a Adam Sandler type deal with Netflix, where that actor's gonna make 10 movies with that are gonna be released on your streaming service. Same thing with a director to make several films for your streaming service. We'll get a stand-up comedian to do a bunch of stand-up specials, and then we're gonna take a professional sports league to get the exclusive streaming rights to their live events, to their games, because live sports are still king in a lot of ways. So I didn't tell you guys this before, but where you chose to sit determined the draft order. So look at that. I get the first pick, and then we'll go Joey,
I'm
Wayne,
number 2.
and then Train, you chose your seat poorly. You're going to pick last, and then we're going to do a snake style. So Train will make his second pick. We'll go back and forth until we all have a full streaming service, and we could do a little vote at the end and see which of these streaming services maybe you guys would want to subscribe to the most.
Come on, ride that train. Let's do it.
All right, so I'm on the clock for my first pick, and I don't need to take a lot of time with this. Probably the most obvious pick. I'm going to go with my film franchise, a little something called the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I mean, I don't know what I need to say about it. So many films that have come out already, mostly beloved. I mean, even their worst films are still pretty decent, and like they just keep putting out fire, even after the whole like Endgame saga kind of wrapped up. People are wondering.
No more Eternals, okay?
Yeah. And we don't talk about that.
That's right.
You can just skip that one. There's plenty of other stuff, plenty of other offerings you can watch. But yeah, I think they're going in a great direction still, moving forward. No superhero fatigue here, and they're going to be bringing in X-Men. So I think nothing's going to stop this train with the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
A train?
I get it.
And
do
then
you get that all the time?
Joey, you're up for your first pick.
Are you a big Quad City DJs fan?
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't know where that came from. That was for like 2 people out there.
I
that
was
got
going to
that
say,
joke.
like, you could tell the 2 people who got that reference.
Big drops of Jupiter guy over here. All right. My pick, pretty easy. Just for this guy right here. This guy in the front. I'm going to pick Star Wars. Sorry. We were close. Star Wars. Kathleen Kennedy, come on down. We've got tons of awesome movies. I even like Solo: A Star Wars Story. I know maybe some of you don't, but it was great on Netflix. You can watch it while you fold laundry. It made Masters of Terras Kasai canon. I mean, come on. That was great. This is why I didn't date much in high school. But
That's
Star
why.
Wars. Let's do it. It stinks to lose the TV shows.
I mean,
But I mean, Book of Boba Fett wasn't that good, right? I mean, it was cool when the Mandalorian showed up to make it his own show.
I mean, you can finally get that Baby Yoda spinoff off the ground. That's at least a 6-picture
right.
deal. Baby Yoda in adolescence.
Grogu, a Star Wars story. Let's do it.
All right, Wayne,
It's just
you're up
everything a Star Wars story.
for your first pick. Wayne.
Well, my first pick, I'm about to win this entire thing. So why would you buy a streaming service? Because I'm taking the NFL first. If you can't watch the NFL anywhere but on my streaming service, it
That's
doesn't
a
matter.
sport.
It doesn't matter who I pick for my actor. I can pick Pauly Shore. I'm still going to get 500 million subscribers just for the NFL. So the number 1 pick in my draft is the NFL franchise.
Wait, I thought those movies.
I mean,
This is the
Sports is a part of this too.
Kurt
I mean,
Warner feel-good movie cinematic universe.
dear Lord, we've never worked with you before, and you just come out just...
It's
Guys,
over.
like,
It's over, everybody.
I don't believe in your rules. Yeah.
So, I guess I'll follow that
Are you going
up.
to pick the NHL? Is this what's next? Or?
No. I want something people will watch.
All right.
So I'm going back to movie franchise, and I went in a little different direction. I'm a little, despite being cosplayed as Clint Barton, I'm a little bit burnt out from the MCU right now. I need a little bit of time. I'll say it. I'll say it at a Comic-Con. I'll get run out of
Wow.
here. I need the cardio. I went for the John Wick franchise. 1, you're locking down Keanu Reeves. 2, you're talking about probably one of the most prevalent up-and-coming franchises in the last decade. It started with a movie that nobody saw, and now we're on movie 4 with no end in sight.
You get Holly Berry with those dogs. Yeah.
You're getting Ana de Armas with the spinoff.
All right. Well,
It's going to have a wider market. You're only limiting yourself on what you can think of. How many
I would
different
watch
ways
her
can
read the
you
phone
use a
books
gun
on there.
or anything else?
Yep.
Also, Keanu Reeves.
love the
NFL's
movies,
got
but
nothing on Reeves.
didn't even have them on my draft board, so I don't know. I don't know about that one.
It's
Train.
out of left field.
You're up for another pick, Train. Though start off the second round here.
If I'm going to start off the second round, I'm just going to close this out with an actor. Not just an actor, but he could fill every single role on this board. And that is going to be the man, the myth, the legend, Idris Elba. Idris Elba has been involved in every franchise that you could think of. Has he been in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Yes. Has he been in a DC movie? Yes. Has he been in anything and everything you want him to be in? Yes. Idris Elba, at the bare minimum, will bring in exponentially more viewers than almost any other actor because he has been involved in every other franchise.
He fights lions. He fights Sonic.
He did fight Sonic.
Yeah.
That's a
That
good
movie
point.
made me weep and taught me the power of friendship.
Made me weep too. Yeah. After I had to sit through it with my kids. So. Yeah.
All right, that means Wayne is up for his second pick.
Well, I'm going to get crazy again. Like Michael Keaton said in Batman, you want to get nuts, let's get nuts, right?
Dr.
And so I'm going with my comedian here. We get to pick a comedian for a 10 comedy special. So what's up, Boston? I'm going with Bill Burr. He's going to be my comedian for 10 specials.
Wow.
Big
All right.
Homer pick. I was thinking of doing the same thing to try to butter
He
up the
was
crowd.
definitely on my list, but the only problem with that is he's touring so less frequently now that 10 years is over like 40 years. I don't want him to be like Tio on Breaking Bad telling jokes by dinging a bell that just says expletives.
No, he's going to be good. I think he's going to be
Oh, he's
solid.
going to be amazing,
Wow.
but I would still say it's not refreshing. I'm just mad at the pick.
Just jumping around on these picks. All right, well, I'm going to go for a TV show. I wanted to go anime, and I'm a huge Evangelion fan because I love depressed 14-year-olds fighting in robots. But, there's not much you can do with the franchise there. So it's only so if Asuka got another eye patch, it might be interesting. But what I want to go for something big, something we can do a lot with is Dragon Ball Z. So that's going to be my TV show. Dragon Ball Z. And there's a million episodes. You'll never catch up. The
So
only
are you
thing
just
worse is
going
One
for
Piece.
are you going just for syndication or are you actually going to do new content with it?
Let's do some new content. Let's do another live action movie, right? You guys like the first one, right?
There's actually a Dr. Film where we talk about how to make that work and it was amazing.
If I could regrow my hair, maybe I would grow it like that guy, but my wife would probably leave me. So Dragon Ball Z, that's my pick.
All right. So that's back to me to make my second and third picks. I think I'm going to take my TV show as well. For my TV show, I'm not as concerned about coming out with new stuff. For a TV show, I feel like on a streaming service, you look for something that you want to rewatch over and over, something you can put on the background, something you can fall asleep to. So want something that you do subscribe to a streaming service for. I'm going with The Office because when Netflix lost The Office, remember how upset so many Netflix subscribers were? Yep. And so The Office, you always want to rewatch it over and over, no matter how many times. And I mean, I guess I could do a new Office, revitalize it for the new remote work world. But even if not, I'm not concerned with that. So I'm going with The Office for my
I'm going to lose
TV
the whole
show.
crowd, except for those people over there. I hate The Office. I hate The Office. My wife watches it all the way through, and then she stops at the end and starts over again.
Exactly.
And it drives me insane.
That's my target audience.
And I was so happy when it got off of Netflix because I'm like, thank God I don't have to watch The Office anymore. Then she signed up for Peacock. Like, come on, man.
You don't have to like it to own it. John Henry hates baseball, right?
I know. I'm just saying, I don't want to question her taste and stuff because she wanted to spend the rest of her life with me for no apparent reason.
There's no
But-
bigger question of challenges than that.
Right, The Office, man. I just can't take it anymore.
All right. I'm fumbling with my draft board here, but I got to make another pick here. I'm going to take my director, actually. And I want someone as a director who I don't have to worry about what they're going to do, doing any kind of control, or just I want to give this director a blank check, let them do whatever they want to do. Someone who I'm confident, whatever project they want to take on, whether it's adapting something that's already established or doing whatever pops into their brain. Someone who's dabbled in, he's crossed paths. He's done Marvel, he's done DC, he's done his own stuff. I'm giving it to James Gunn. I'm just giving him the keys. I'm saying everything that man does, he always touches my feels. He can make me laugh. He can make me cry. So I'm going to give James Gunn a big movie deal. Let him do whatever he wants, and I'm not going to have to worry about it. I'm going to want to watch all those movies.
Are you picking that just so you hope he takes John Cena with him?
That's a package deal.
That's
for
a package
sure.
deal?
I'm hoping to pick up John Cena in a later round, maybe.
Never give
Not
up.
to reveal my strategy.
That's right. Cena wins lol.
All right,
man.
back to Joey now.
I gotta go again. Geez, what? These guys have all these notes and stuff. I'm just riffing off the top of my head here. I don't even know what's happening. Let's go director. So my favorite director of all time is James Cameron, and that's who I'm going to take in my draft. You know what? The guy wants to make 45 Avatar movies.
That's
going
literally
forward.
going to be your streaming service
It's
budget.
all good. He earned it, man. He earned it. Terminator 1, Terminator 2.
Go ahead. I'm waiting for
Piranha 2.
True Lies.
True Lies.
I'll give you True Lies.
Yep.
But anything after True Lies, then it just became about a boat and about some blue people.
The best sequel of all time, Aliens. I mean, you can't go wrong with James Cameron. Exactly. So, can't go wrong. Never bet against James Cameron.
Until December when you bet against James Cameron.
Hey, man. I like blue people. I like James Cameron. I like underwater motion cap. I'm ready to rock and roll.
If that's your thing, yeah.
That is. I'm a big Sam Worthington guy, you know.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. When the trailer for 2 came out, I forgot Sam Worthington was working. So,
so did he, but that's okay.
All right, that puts it back to Wayne.
All right, so now I guess we'll go with my actor who's getting a 7-movie deal with me. So I think of like, who is somebody that you will watch every single movie that they do,
Idris Elba.
who's not 70, that will actually put out good movies every single time, and that's Bradley Cooper. He can do comedy. He can do action. We saw him in American Sniper. We see him in all kinds of stuff. He's fantastic. So Bradley Cooper's getting a 7-picture deal with my streaming service, along with the NFL. I don't know if I mentioned. I got the NFL in the first round.
Just a humble brag. I mean, God, following Bradley Cooper is just low-hanging fruit. So I guess I'll take my director. He's actually here, not on the stage, but he's at the convention. I wish he were on the stage. I'm gonna go Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith is a man of the people. Everyone probably has listened to one of his 30 podcasts. I'm going to see Clerks 3. I have my Fathom ticket event. They thought I was weird being the only person in the theater. It just got extended. The man has so many ideas that he's put out on podcasts and Instagram. He could make movies until well after he and everyone else has died. And he's still like, I got Clerks 7, man. And I would still see it. So I'm going for the man that can do comedy. He can do his own podcast live. He can do smodcasts. He can do animation. And he can handle all of that in my thing. It doesn't have the NFL. It has good content.
That felt like a direct shot at someone up here.
And because I just feel selfish, I'm going to go again. And that's just how it works. And I'm going to go TV show. And we were talking about this, and I was thinking about it. I was actually doing prep work for this because I get nervous when I do this live. I normally do it off the top of my head after thinking about it for 5 minutes, but I actually did prep work. And I'm like, oh, TV show is going to be simple. We're going to bring back Daredevil. And then they announced that they were going to bring back Daredevil, so it made me have to redo it. So I'm going to go with another sci-fi classic that everyone's wanted back for about 20 years now.
Space Above and Beyond?
I wish I had said that. I just went with Firefly.
Oh, okay.
Wait, that is your pick?
How many campaigns, aside from the Snyderverse, and we'll get to that at 2 o'clock, there has not been a more passionate fan base about bring something back and doing it respectfully and peacefully and not, writing billboards in the sky. Bring back Firefly.
I have another confession to make.
It was you.
I don't really like Firefly either.
What do you like?
I don't know.
If it's not directed by James Cameron.
That's right. I like blue people and Sam Worthington. That's it.
So I can tell everybody's already feeling my streaming service, and we're not even halfway there.
right.
Because everyone else here is like, hey, I want to put together a streaming service that I'll buy so they get 1 subscriber. I'm putting together a streaming service for you people, right? That you want to watch, right? Not what they want to watch. So
you picked Bradley Cooper.
That's right, because everybody loves Bradley Cooper.
I worked with Bradley Cooper. I hated him.
So I decided to go with a TV show that, again, we're going to be able to not only get the full catalog, but build off of this. And I think that this has such a great foundation to build off of into multiple spin-off shows. They've already done it, but better spin-off shows. And I'm going with The Walking Dead. That's going to be my TV series. Obviously, we've got the Rick and Michonne series is going to come out, which I wish I had come up with my idea, but it's not. But I've got other stuff to come out. I mean, all these characters, a Negan show. Who doesn't want a Negan show? So Walking Dead, that's going to be my TV series.
Joey doesn't seem impressed.
I have another confession to make.
I'm actually with you on this one. I stopped watching when the prison thing happened. I wanted to make it to Laurie's death, and then I'm like, I'm accomplished. I can walk away now.
I couldn't make it past the season
From 10 years ago.
After they beat Negan the first time. I couldn't make it any further. It was rough. It felt like not to age myself again. I swear I'm hip and young and cool, but it was like an episode of Police Squad where they were like standing 3 feet from each other, just firing weapons and missing for 45 minutes. It was awful. No thanks. And it just like it felt like what am I doing with my life that I'm sitting here watching The Walking Dead for 14 years? I could feel the cells in my body dying one at a time as I was watching it. Let's go with, what do we got left? Actor. All right, I'll go actor. I'm going to pick somebody that can play young, that can play old, that can play Mac and Me, and that is Paul Rudd. Fantastic in the MCU, fantastic in just about everything.
We at Ship It only officially acknowledge him as sexiest man alive.
That's right.
Paul Rudd.
He's the sexiest man alive, and he's Ant-Man, and he was in Ghostbusters. I mean, the guy can do it all. He was in Halloween 5, I think. Was that right? Halloween 5?
One of them.
That was the one my wife couldn't get into when we went to go see it when we were younger. Because she was only 16. They wouldn't let her in. We weren't married yet, though. It's not weird. Look, when you look like this, and you meet somebody that likes you, hold on tight, okay? But yeah, Paul Rudd is my pick. The guy can do it all. Great actor. Seems like a cool dude. And we're going to make a lot of movies with him, so hopefully he stays a cool dude.
That's actually a solid pick because Paul Rudd does not age.
That's right.
You may have got another subscriber if you can do a Paul Rudd, Jason Segel, a couple of those more of those movies, right? Who doesn't like I Love You, Man?
No Bradley Cooper in it, though, unfortunately.
Is James Cameron going to turn Paul Rudd blue and
I hope
put him
so.
in Avatar?
That's right.
He wouldn't dare.
This family is a fortress, let me tell you.
All right, that brings back to me. I'm going to take my sports league, taking the second sports league off the board here. And Wayne is right. The NFL is a juggernaut in terms of streaming, in terms of viewership numbers. But the problem with the NFL is they only play 17 games a year. So I'm going to take something that gives my subscribers something around the year to watch a little more, so you don't have to worry about people canceling after the fall season.
Is it the arm wrestling league from Over the Top?
They don't stop. Yeah, it's 65 days a year. Nice. I'm taking the NBA. It's a really long season. They play from like October to June. One of the most popular sports in America and around the world. Actually, the NBA is gaining popularity all over Europe, Asia, everywhere. So I think I'll get subscribers all around the world. Unlike the NFL is pretty much just big here. More games, more content for people to digest. So let's go with the NBA. And then I've got...
So LeBron James is doing the commercials for your streaming service, and Tom Brady's doing the ones for mine.
So which of you is getting the next Space Jam movie?
Hopefully LeBron James ain't coming to Boston anytime soon.
No, we'll keep him out of here. We can get Jason Tatum. Do some spots. All right. What do I want to do next? What do I want to pick? I'll take my comedian. I'm not gonna shy away from this. Somebody whose specials are always are gonna do big numbers, are gonna maybe create some controversy. You'll be in the news. But hey, I mean, you can hate him if you want. It's fine. You don't have to agree with what he's saying. But Dave Chappelle, I mean, he's a legend, one of the all-time great stand-up comedians. His specials are ones that I feel like you always hear about when those get dropped. Among more so than any other comedian. So Dave Chappelle, welcome aboard.
More so than any comedian
ever
in the history of being funny.
When people were in caves and one of them stood up and like started talking, this was better than that.
Oh, Zach.
Oh God, is it my pick again?
He's always in the news. You know,
me again.
He's gonna do numbers for me.
All right, I guess I'll take a comedian off the board too. This guy does a lot of stand-up, hilarious. He's in a couple of my favorite movies of all time. I know I don't like Firefly, but I do love CB4, and I do love Pootie Tang. So I'm going to pick Chris Rock. I didn't pick Will Smith as my actor specifically because I was going to pick Chris Rock as my comedian. So Chris Rock as comedian, the guy's a genius. He's hilarious. I'd love for him to make more movies too. CB4 is awesome. If you've never seen CB4, check it out. It's a parody of 90s rap. Me and my friends used to know all the lyrics probably better than we did other real rap songs. So CB4, watch that. Chris Rock rules. Don't slap him in the face.
So I knew these guys were all going to go movie franchise in the first round, and I could wait till the end basically to get my movie franchise. I knew they weren't going to pick it, but I get to build off this franchise. They tried. They haven't done a great job, so I'm going to do a great job with the Harry Potter franchise. And we are bringing the cursed child to the big screen with the original cast.
I have another confession to make.
I cannot make the same confession of you if I want to go home to my wife.
I don't like Harry Potter. And I didn't like Harry Potter when it was cool not to like Harry Potter. I never liked Harry Potter. So now when everybody gets mad about J.K. Rowling, I'm like, I didn't like Harry Potter before it was cool.
This has become just Joey's confession
That's
hour.
right. This is the confessional.
Therapy's expensive. Podcasting is free.
I swear our show is cool, though. Please listen. We like stump stuff. Blue people, mostly.
So I'm going to steal it back over to comedians. I don't know if I can top, Rush Hour and, Half Baked, but I'm going to go with another, probably one of the most legendary comedians of all time. Someone whose stand-up used to sell out entire venues. I'm talking about selling out the Garden. I'm talking about selling out some of the highest-end ones. Went on to make some of the best movies of all time. Was the voice of a donkey. And I am going with Eddie Murphy because if you can go back to Eddie Murphy's stand-up, you are going so far in the right direction, and I can secure Shrek 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
That's right.
With another Puss in Boots.
It's a lot of layers to that one. It's like an onion.
It's an onion,
That's
exactly.
right. Yeah.
You got another one, Train.
I guess the last one left would just be the franchise name.
No.
Sports.
You gotta pick sports.
I'm not really a big sports person,
He's
so
not a
I'd be
sports
like, I live in Foxborough. I'm right next to Gillette. All it is to me is an inconvenience on Sundays to try to get anywhere.
What about Major League Ping Pong? I think
I was gonna
probably
go
out
bum
there.
fights, but Zach said that wasn't appropriate.
Nice.
So I think I'm just gonna go with. I mean, at the modern age, like you're limited to the time of year that you can do your sport, and on top of that, we're at a comic book convention. You don't go to a vegan restaurant and ask for filet mignon. You go with what your audience wants. So I'm just gonna go with esports. It's been growing over the last couple of years. When the military actually got an esports team, I just got out of the Army. I was just like, you can reclass and be in the esports team, and I'm like, how is that a job? But now that I see the numbers that I can put out, and it's just people watching people play video games for relatively good causes if they're doing it on Twitch, that's the way that I'm going.
It's not really a
Snoop
sport.
Dogg's got an esports team, so I'm going to lock that down.
Don't say that.
I have friends who adamantly believe that baseball's not dying, and somebody just picked esports over Major League Baseball. Nobody watches it
Have you
anymore.
ever sat through a baseball game?
That's what I'm saying.
I was going to say, I'm like, I can get us all tickets to the Red Sox game right now for $30 a pop, and it wouldn't even be scalping.
So now I got to pick my director, and I've been picking for you guys. This one's for me. I'm picking Guy Ritchie as my director. I think Snatch is one of my all-time favorite movies. I just recently saw The Gentleman. It was phenomenal. It might be just as good as Snatch.
If you give me the 2 Rock and Rolla sequels, I will 100% agree with your pick.
Obviously, the 2 Sherlock Holmes movies I'm a big fan of, so Guy Ritchie's going to make my next 7 movies.
Wow. All right. Wow. Guy Ritchie. Cool. He's a big Madonna fan, I heard. So I got to pick a sports league. Thinking about a streaming service, you want something year-round. You don't want an off-season. And what better way to grind your participants in the dust than never giving them a day off, having lots of events all year. And that's why we're going to have the WWE as our sporting event. We got 4 major events. We don't just have one Super Bowl. We've got WrestleMania. We got SummerSlam. We've got Survivor Series, Royal Rumble. We got all Hell in a Cell. We've got it all every month. And lots of cool events and stuff. So WWE is my pick for sports.
Might be more of a TV program than
No. It's
Yeah.
sports entertainment. Excuse me.
It's sports is in there. You're right.
That's right.
I'll let it slide because I am a big wrestling fan, pro wrestling fan.
Well, I'm glad I stole that out from underneath you then.
Yeah. I considered it for my sport or TV show. All right. So the only thing I have left is an actor. A lot of great actors left I could choose from. Somebody who can, like these guys are saying when they pick their actors, somebody who can do it all. Someone who's just generally really lovable. Someone you say, oh, this guy's coming out with a new movie. Let me see that. I'm going to go with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He can do action. He can do comedy. He's done some voice work. He's big in Moana and that superhero dog movie. I don't
You
even know
can
if
change
that-
the hierarchy of power in the DC universe. Like,
2
that's
o'clock.
right. Oh, 2
DC,
o'clock. Oh, sorry.
yep.
2 o'clock. That's the next panel. Sorry.
Such a lovable guy. I love seeing him, and perfect segue from the WWE pick. So that kind of wraps up our main picks. We're also giving you a name for our streaming services. Yeah, you didn't think about that, did you?
I'll think of one off the top of my head.
Okay, I got one though. I was up all night.
Wayne Flicks.
So looking at what we're doing here, you're just taking your collection of picks of actors, TV shows, whatever, from, it could be any realm. It's not like everything has to be Disney related or whatever. There's not like a common theme. So when you take the best of everything from other areas, put them all together. I picked the NBA. So when you think of that in NBA terms, that would be like the dream team. So my streaming service is called the Dream Team Stream, or DTS for short.
I don't have the heart to tell you that DTS is slang for something else, man.
I don't know what that is. I'm a child. So
Down to stream. You're really into watching stuff on streaming. That's what that's for.
you got to have a good acronym.
So these guys put a lot more effort into this than I did. I didn't
shows.
stay up all night thinking about this. So my streaming service is going to be called Bradley Cooper Sucks.
What's your rate? I would actually subscribe to that.
Perfect. $9.99 a month. Just give me your PayPal address.
All right, I just went with Infinity. It doesn't really matter what I call it. You guys see it. You're going to buy it. So Infinity is what it's called.
I mean, I went with what this is all about at the end of the day. I called mine fandom because that's what it's for. It's for the people that have, they feel exercised. They don't feel like they want their niche thing. I'm not going to make you go to Disney Plus because you want to watch The Mandalorian. It's going to make you go to fandom so that you can see the thing that you're passionate about within that fandom. But Bradley Cooper Sucks was a close second.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
good stuff. All right. So we've got our teams here now. At least we have this other screen where we can see them. So now let's see. Maybe everyone do a recap of their streaming service, do a closing pitch, and then we'll could get a little fan vote going, which of these you subscribe to. So if you want to be with the DTS, the Dream Team Stream, you get the Marvel Cinematic Universe, The Office, James Gunn, the NBA, Dave Chappelle, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
All right. So the Bradley Cooper Sucks service has got you covered. Star Wars movies. We all love Star Wars movies. Come on now. Look where we are. We got Dragon Ball Z. So we got anime covered. There's action. There's waifus. There's everything there for you in Dragon Ball Z. James Cameron as our director. So plenty of Avatar movies. If you like blue people like I do, this is the one for you. Paul Rudd, he can do it all. Horror, action, superheroes, romance. He's the sexiest man alive. Why would you not want to subscribe to this? Chris Rock is hilarious. And WWE year-round, grinding all their employees into dust for your entertainment. So Bradley Cooper Sucks is where it's at.
The Infinity streaming service is going to give you Guy Ritchie movies, Harry Potter, which we will expand on that, and we aren't going to do any more Fantastic Beasts. The Walking Dead, which we will expand on. Bradley Cooper, Boston's own Bill Burr. And did I mention we have the NFL? Because you can watch it all year round as well. So,
I mean, with fandom, I guess I just thought about fans. So we were going to have some John Wick movies. We're going to have some Idris. Idris is for me, I will admit. But the man is multi-planetable. But we're going to get some Kevin Smith movies. The Return of Firefly. Eddie Murphy's going to make the comedy and Shrek comeback we've been waiting for. And we're going to have some esports.
All right. So how should we do this? I'll say a person, and then you can cheer or raise your hand if you would subscribe to that streaming service more than the others. So we'll go with me, Zach, the Dream Team Stream with the MCU. All right. A couple people.
sounded pretty quiet.
All right. Joey's with the Avatar Blue People service. All right.
Sad.
Crickets.
Sad.
Crickets.
Like you
All
hear
right.
a pen drop
Do
for a second.
we have a lot of NFL fans for Wayne's streaming service? All right. One football fan.
One football fan. All right.
All right.
Nobody likes Bill Burr? Come on, guys.
Trains John Wick, Kevin Smith.
Oh, it's like the person that cosplays might know what people at a comic book convention want.
It's
It's
buttering
not
up the fans.
insider trading, guys.
All right. I guess it sounds like Train won that. I think his fans were a little more enthusiastic. So, Train, congratulations on winning the streaming wars.
It's a bullet train.
So yeah, I guess that's any closing remarks, anything we missed or Anybody out there want to shout out something they would have picked for something instead of what we had?
Actually, yeah, you guys that are trying to leave super fast, what would you have wanted for a TV show?
I'll
keep you here. I'll make you uncomfortable.
Pick any TV show. It doesn't have to be
Breaking
on the
Bad.
list. What do you want?
Breaking Bad, I
all
consider for
How
sure.
would
I
you-
almost picked that.
You get
I
Better
was like,
Call
well,
Saul with that too.
I'm 2 weeks behind. I know it ends Monday, so I gotta get on that.
That would have been a good pick. Friends that would be a good pick.
Yep. The Friends
The Boys.
cinematic universe. Yep.
The Friends,
Yeah.
that Joey trilogy would have really blown the roof off.
Yeah. It's a good name, though. It's a good name.
All right.
Strong name.
I guess that about wraps it up for us. Thanks so much, guys, for hanging out with us.
You guys
We had a
are
lot of
wonderful.
fun. Hope you
Thanks
guys
for
had fun,
checking us
too.
out, everybody.
Thanks for hanging out. If you guys have any questions about Recasted or you want to talk about a movie you want recasted, let me know. I'll put it on the docket.
We'll be
I
around
got
for a
free
little while.
stickers. I got other swag. Just come see me afterwards. I hook you up.
Everybody likes stickers.
And
So-
we'll be back at 2 if you want to hear us talk about more stuff, especially if you really want to talk about what's been going on at Warner Brothers.
That's right. Better warn a brother. Coming
Yeah.
back at 2:00.
Yeah, it looks like next is HollowNet Marauders Live. And then, after that is going to be Dr. Film. We'll be back. So thank you guys.
Peace
Love you.
out. Love you guys.
You say Hall & Oates Live?